Welcome to the session. In this session, we are going to see our continuation of digital supply chain. In one of our last session, we have seen on other topics of digital supply chain, and today we are going to see specifically on RPA, robotic process automation, and the earlier session it was IoT, Internet of Things. These are all parts of digital supply chain. How you are going to transform your supply chain into future. Of course, here we are going to see some basic aspects of RPA. If you need more details on this process, you are requested to enroll on our program Digital Supply Chain. As you know, robotics is there for a long term, especially in automobile manufacturing and specifically in some countries like Japan, Germany, or US. There they have used a robot to reduce the manpower cost, because you may see that the manpower cost in such countries, especially in Japan, the cost is very high. So they are trying to substitute robo in their place. On the other hand, maybe some process which are hazardous or you need more accuracy, like for example Amazon warehouse, they need more accuracy, so they were having robo for picking or moving the items within the warehouse. Now, apart from this physical robots, there are certain processes which can be automated. Okay, especially the process which are repetitive in nature can be automated. For example, in supply chain, if you take a purchasing process, is more of a repetitive process. I am not talking about strategic sourcing or procurement. Of course, if you are a supply chain guy, you should be knowing the difference between sourcing, procurement, and purchasing. Purchasing is a tactical activity, more of a clerical, repetitive activity. So most of the organization, they try to outsource or automate such a process. Okay, so that has become one of the important skill set for the supply chain professional in the current era. It doesn't mean that you are going to become a RPA developer. No, this forms a additional skill set for supply chain executive who are trying to apply for a digital supply chain job. Uh, let me attach a screen, and let us go through the requirements. First, let us try to understand what is RPA, robotic process automation, and it's a general application. And specifically, we will see what is that application in supply chain. Of course, this includes specifically procurement, where a lot of outsourcing and automation takes place, and it is paving way for introducing automation even in logistics sector. Before diving into the topic, let us see some of the job description where specifically they look for this specific skill, RPA. This one is Procter and Gamble. The designation is Supply Planning Strategy Associate. So this is not a software development professional. It is a subject matter expert position. But still, if you see some of the basic expectation at the bottom, nice to have, which becomes essential when the competition is more. Having knowledge of digital tool like Power BI, RPA specifically, you can see Power BI is one of the analytical tool. So if you refer my previous sessions on supply chain analytics, you will see that this is also a part of overall digital supply chain factors. So knowing this tool will be advantageous when you apply for such job. There is one more organization called Tangentia. I am not sure it is Goa based, but the position is supply chain business analyst. Here, they are specifically talking about good to have experience working with the RPA, but not necessary. But this sentence you have to read carefully. They may say nice to have, good to have, if the competition is less. If hundreds of people are applying for the same job, then it becomes essential, not good to have. We will see what is RPA, what are the tools which you need to equip to apply for such a job. Let us see some more thing. This is from a Ford Motor Company, GSCI analyst. Of course, I have highlighted certain things. Subject matter expert in SNOP, supply chain, logistic, and custom. Though the title seems to be strange, you can see specifically these positions are in supply chain. Of course, in the supply chain, you are expected to know any ERP, specifically material management module. Then comes exposure to RPA coding. Okay, coding is a subjective word. Once again, if you know coding, like for example Python or machine learning, which we train in supply chain analytics, it becomes a part of RPA and as a part of overall digital supply chain. Now, in the current era, you cannot say I don't know this RPA or digital supply chain. Then you are not in the current world or in the future world. Of course, it is frightening to see some of the job description for supply chain executive. You can see one more position as a supply senior analyst supply chain, General Mills. Of course, I see some of the requirements are very strange. They are putting web development that is nowhere connected with supply chain or analytical tool. Of course, analytical problem solving is fine. ETL, I am not sure. And develop OPS, I am not sure. There is a commodity risk management, data warehousing. Of course, there cloud, SaaS, .NET Core, BI tools, Tableau or Google DS. And you may see the why they are asking for supply chain. And now, if you are only familiar with Microsoft Excel, you have to just uninstall and try what are the tools you can use for your day-to-day work and also for analysis. So this is the greatest challenge if you are in the supply chain market, especially in supply chain field. So before moving further, let us understand what is RPA. Of course, expansion is robotic process automation, where basic tasks are automated through software or hardware system. Okay, you may be already using some software for this, but there are some specialized software for supply chain. You are not going to write the entire software, but possibly they are readily available in the market. We will see what are such software and what kind of knowledge you need that. Of course, when you use that kind of RPA, the employers are looking to reduce the labor cost and also increase the efficiency. Many times, this can be a requirement for the organization when they are downsizing their organization due to various factors. One side, they want to reduce the manpower. On the other side, they expect the employees to have this RPA skill so that they can manage the operation with lesser number of employees. So if you have the skill, then you have a better chance of retaining your job. A software or robo can be taught a workflow with multiple steps and application, such as taking the received form, sending a receipt message, checking the form for completeness, filling the form in a folder, and updating a spreadsheet to the name of the form, date field, and so on. It can be as simple as automating in Excel, but it is much more. Maybe it is also linked with your ERP and other software. So there is a bit of complication you need to understand, but it is not that it is not feasible for supply chain professional to study. RPA software is designed to reduce the burden of employees of completing repetitive and simple tasks. Sometimes this may be required as a supplemental tool for you so that you can focus on the core aspect of your job. Understanding robotic process automation is designed to help primarily with the office type function. Okay, maybe office type function is also there in supply chain, logistic, and procurement that often require ability to do several type of tasks in a specific order. It creates and deploys a software robo chatbot with the ability to launch and operate the other software. So office work often requires the same sort of repetitive effort, but since it's a data being manipulated across platform and application, a physical robot is not necessary. So when we say RPA, it is related to process automation, and we are not talking about a physical robot. Of course, a physical robot is also a part of digital supply chain, but that we will see separately in a different session. Now let us understand how does this RPA work. Okay, the RPA need to have this capability, low code capability to build automation script, integration with the enterprise application. Possibly you are having ERP, WMS, or TMS, or so many application, but this RPA will integrate with such software, then administration, including configuration, monitoring, and security. Automation technology can also access information through legacy system, integrating well with other application through front-end integration. So it's not mostly a standalone software. Assume you are a software professional. To perform your job, you are accessing some software, extracting the data maybe from multiple platforms, but such work this RPA is expected to do. Of course, the benefits of RPA is less coding. RPA does not necessarily require a developer to configure, drag and drop features in user interfaces, make it easier to onboard non-technical staff. Okay. Then, by using RPA, rapid cost saving, higher customer satisfaction, improved employee morale, better accuracy, and compliance. Existing system remain in place. Now let us see what are the RPA use cases, maybe starting from banking and financial services. Forrester says 36% of user cases were in finance and accounting space. Insurance is full of repetitive action. Retail popular application include CRM, warehouse and other order management, customer feedback processing, fraud detection. So all this function can be expected to be done in RPA. Then coming to healthcare, accuracy and compliance are paramount in the healthcare industry. Of course, our session is focusing on supply chain, logistic, and procurement. Examples of RPA technology in specifically supply chain. Of course, we have seen supply chain analytics, even that can be used to automate our process specifically in the form of fixed procedure and codified returns, where it can collect clean format data, giving powerful analytic solution a great base from which to begin. Coming to the RPA supply chain example, once again, optical scanner that can recognize the goods, okay, in a warehouse management system. So you can integrate with such a system which can supplement and improve the performance of the operation. Some companies use robots to pick goods. Of course, here we are not talking about physical robot, but a process robot. Specifically, you can see in terms of order management, where storing, relating, and retrieving this item, especially initiating purchase order. This is where I have started. Many of the clerical repetitive operations, especially in purchasing, can be automated, or even contract management can be operated. Okay, so what are the top RPA tools? This may not be directly called as a RPA tool, but some organization they call business process management tools, or workflow automation, or work process automation, or business process automation. So The name of the tool can be different for different organization or different vendors are there. So as such, you need to understand you are not going to write the entire code, but you are going to use such RPA tools in your day-to-day operations. Of course, more complex, non-repetitive tasks cannot be automated by using RPA. Here I have shown some tools which are being used. Of course, here this is alphabetically based tools. So these are the vendors, and you can see what are the features and use cases. For example, Automation Anywhere is one of the popular tools. The Center of Excellence Manager tracks the performance of various bots in a centralized dashboard. Bot Insight drills down to track the performance of each bot, opening up bot development and deployment across the enterprise. So already some ready-made tool is available, but you should know how to utilize this tool, how to operate this tool. Sometimes you may also require to customize by writing your own codes. Let us see some more tools like Automation Edge, AWS Lambda, Cyclone Robotic, Datamatics. Also, SAP as an integration with SAP Stack. UiPath is one more very popular RPA tool. It's an open environment, allows integration of VB.NET, C, Python, and Java code when challenges grow. Okay, work fusion. There are hundreds of such RPA tools are available. Here I have tried to show what are the name of such a tool, because maybe some employers they may specify specifically a particular RPA tool, or generally they may talk about RPA, because most of these tools are more or less similar. If you know how to operate one tool, then you can operate other tool. Does robotic process automation require coding? Generally, no, but having less amount of coding knowledge is very good. This is where Python machine learning knowledge can help you to handle it much better. What are the two main types of robotic automation? Okay, one is odd coding routine, but I feel if you know some amount of Python along with the machine learning or AI, that is sufficient to operate any of this RPL tool. Here in this session, I tried to give an overall brief about a digital supply chain tool, one of the tool. We have seen other tool in our previous session. So specifically, we are focused on RPA. But in our digital supply chain program, we are going to study in detail along with the case studies. If anyone of you interested, you are welcome to enroll for such program. We are planning to start such program in the coming weeks. Of course, this is my profile. My name is Pattabhiraman. I am a PIC certified and supply chain scientist. Apart from this program, if you need any career advice, you are always welcome to reach out to me. You can see my WhatsApp number. You can ping and call me. Anyone watching live, if you have any questions, you are welcome to chat here. So, anyone, any questions? Otherwise, we can conclude the session. Thanks for watching. So, if you are looking for a better job and opportunities in a large multinational organization, now it is essential that you are part of digital supply chain and know all the tools in the supply chain, like supply chain analytics or RPA or Internet of Things. Of course, we will see in our future session what are the other digital supply chain tools required for your growth. Thanks for watching.